Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome, wherever in the world you are. Hope you're all doing well today. So, today we've got, I don't know, maybe a little bit of everything. I am in need of some more materials for mining, and, I think I'm going to do a little bit more mining. But also, I have I'm setting up a hauling, I don't know, I'm not sure what you'd call it, but I have characters placed strategically around Eve for picking contracts and being able to grab contracts from anywhere that I want to run contracts. It should allow me to get the higher paying jobs, but also it requires a lot of coordination and setup to do it right. It requires multiple freighter pilots and stuff. And what I found was, so I have 5 freighter pilots, and the 2 of them get shot at by Triglov. So I haven't used them in quite a while, like a long time. And so they're getting shot at by Triglov. And so that's, an issue. And so, that is something that I'm going to have to correct, which I believe that I'm going to have to go to Poachman to do that. You have to go to Poachman and you shoot, I don't know, what is it, drones out there? I think. Poindexter, if I would have waited yesterday another 15 minutes or so, cleared up. Well, so it turns out that yesterday that the problem wasn't all Eve on my network issues. And I found that I was having network issues as well. So just the combination of the two made it very hard to figure out. And I did upgrade my network yesterday, firmware and everything, and I'm hoping that today is fine. Now, most of my issues yesterday stemmed from Wi-Fi, which Wi-Fi accounts for only a little bit of the show traffic. And that's because the chat bot is using Wi-Fi. Everything else is directly wired. And so I'm not 100% sure, because the work that I did ended up mostly being about Wi-Fi stuff. So, and then I use a wireless mesh, which it cost me $700 for it a couple years ago. Like when we first moved here, we were not getting enough coverage in the house, and so I bought a mesh, and then it just barely covers the whole house now, and it was like $700. And I've identified that potentially my wireless mesh is the problem. If I start having problems today, I have a test to verify that or not while I'm doing the show. And I really hope it's not, because I don't know. I guess I'd have to do a factory reset on my mesh and try that. If that doesn't work, then I'm looking at replacing it. It's pretty expensive. It's going to cost me more than the new video card that I've been wanting to buy. Holy Darth Bacon, hello. Nice to see you as well. Yeah, so extenders and such. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta figure it out. I'm using an Orbi setup right now, and it's all fine and all till it doesn't work. Yeah. And our house it's big. I forget how big it is. I don't know, 3,000 square feet? Or is it more? I actually don't remember now. So, but it's a big house. It actually, the square footage is pretty spread out over distance. It's 2 stories, but anyway, yeah. So I'm headed out to my manufacturing area, and I've got some morphite and the morphite's needed for the ammo that I produce.
Warp drive active.
Then we'll see what mining adventures are available out here. I may also come out with one of my pilots to pick up the freighter that I've got out here. Now that I'm going to fire up 5 freighter pilots, possibly 6. We'll see. 5 may be enough coverage. I have 2 obelisks and I have a Charon. Of course, I want them all to be in obelisks. One of the guys, though, that is not going to get shot by Triglov is a Charon pilot. From before I made my rule that obelisks are the only true freighter. Yeah. So, may have him do a little bit of work with that, but we'll see. I want to see how much EHP he gets. Also, I have one other that has the full implants that give the amazing EHP. The other ones are do not have those implant sets. And those implant sets, they actually are quite expensive. So I don't know what the total expense is. Somewhere between 2.5 and 4.5 billion. I actually don't remember how much they are. But finding one of them having that implant set already, now that's bonus. So I started checking all my characters who are able to fly freighters to see if they had that implant set, and it looks like I only have it on 2 characters. So Napster, you want to return to Eve? You like high-sec incursions? What groups are running them, if any? There is one group that is running high-sec incursions, and they don't discriminate on who wants to come out. They may have some some requirements for what kind of ships you need to be able to fly and stuff, but it's my understanding that they let anybody fly with them. So, but I do not remember what their name is, but I know that they exist, and they've been around for a long time, so they're well established. Maybe somebody in chat would know.
Drive active.
And they do high-sec incursions. So they've invited me to do it on the show with them. But I've always kind of shied away from doing it live on the show because you're flying pretty blingy ships and you don't want to get attacked. And I would bring more heat. So...
Drive active.
All right, I am almost out there. And then we're going to go check out a couple of wormholes. And then, you know, oh, Warp to Me, yeah. Yeah, I think Warp to Me was the name of the high-sec incursion group. So, and there might be more than one. So, I noticed that freighters are way up in cost, and I don't know if the value of freighters went up when with these latest changes or what's going on, but the freighter hulls seem to cost more now. And to get these, I'm gonna have to get 4 more obelisks. It's just gonna cost a ton of money. Which I don't really have a ton. Although I haven't checked what I've got today. Nope. Oh man, do I not have a ton. I have 131 million on this character. This is my main character for money. Oh man. I do have almost 10 billion in my corp balance. Damn. Now, if I remember right, over downtime, if I've scanned something, it will disappear.
Warp drive active.
And bookmark, yeah.
Docking permission requested. Docking request.
Welcome to the Dragons.
Cyborg_Ven 211 just followed.
Cyborg, welcome. Alrighty. So here's what I brought out here, some morphite. This up into materials. I've got 60 billion worth of stuff here. It's pretty incredible. I should manufacture some more things if I need money, right? That would make sense. And we were talking about isogen the other day and that I really didn't need anymore. I have 18 billion worth here. So yeah, I really don't need more of that. But that's like the yttrium or whatever. This stuff right here is that's mainly isogen, and we were doing that up from one of those border mining sites. All right, let's look at this guy real quick. So this guy here, let's see here. Well, I haven't flown him in a long time. His interface is not set up here. Let's see here. All right, and this guy owns nothing. Buy a shuttle. Guy Caldari. He is. Wait. Did I just buy this ship someplace else? Yeah, it looks like I did. Where did I buy it at? Oh, I'm under items. Duh. All right. All right. Good old shuttle. Here, I need to hide my screen here for just a second. We'll look at this other one. All right. We're going to fly this guy out too and get him into that Charon that I have out there.
Warp drive active.
It's up here.
Warp drive active.
You, sir, rock.
Oda One's just subscribed for 6 months.
Autopilot
07.
disabled.
Oda Ones, thank you for the sub. All right. $60 gold to everybody here in your honor. Thank you, thank you.
Warp drive active.
All right, so I'm heading out to pick up a freighter. And I wish I still had some of my other freighters. I sold them though, because I didn't think I was going to be doing this again. And then when I pared down how many Omega accounts I had, and I brought my number of Omega accounts up again. So now I can fly more freighters at the same time.
Warp drive active.
It's a raid. A banana raid. Yeah, isn't that a good little raid intro? Anarchos, thank you for the raid and welcome everybody. We are going to be continuing through downtime, so don't worry, show's not going to end soon. We're going out to pick up a freighter right now, and that freighter, while it's not the optimal recommended freighter that I recommend, gonna try and make a little bit of money
Welcome
doing some
to the
hauling on the
Dragons.
side today.
Raging Bum 101 just followed.
Raging Bum, thank you for the follow. So, taking a shuttle out to where I have this freighter at, and it's not the right type of freighter for this, but it's what I got available to me. This guy, I actually have him training into the Obelisk, but he's fully trained into the Charon. So we're going to use Charon for a little bit. And then once he's fully trained for Obelisk, I will sell that Charon and buy an Obelisk and put him into that. But he's got a little bit more training on that. Looks like just over a month.
Warp drive active.
For those of you here yesterday, when Eve was down, and I'm like saying, all of you guys who are purchasing from us right now, don't try to redeem your codes while the servers are having this outage. Yeah. Heard back from about half the customers that they were having problems asking for help. Yeah. A couple people had to make petitions to get their items to deliver correctly. Tega, hello. So what's the best freighter and why? Hello, Molly. The best freighter is the Obelisk, and it's because it has the highest EHP, which means that if gankers are going to try and gank you, they have to throw more resources at you. The more resources they have to throw at you to get a kill, to potentially get some loot, the less likely you are to be a target. They want the easy targets, and you don't cargo expand it or anything. You always run reinforced bulkheads in it. And if you do, you can have, what is it, around 500,000 DHP. If you run implants, you can have 686,000, I think it is. Edencom forces. Yeah, it should be fine. I actually don't know what his standings are. We'll see if I get shot at. Nope, I'm not getting shot at. Good. Let's take a look at his standings. Oh, he doesn't have any standings. All right. So that's great. That works fine. He's never shot anything in his life. He is only a he's only ever been a pilot for freighter. What about the Providence? Well, the Providence won't get as high a VHP. The Providence is the most well-rounded ship. But you see, you can't, you know, some people are like, okay, well, the faster it goes, the better, which alignment time has a lot to do with that and everything, which you would use the Nomad if you wanted the fastest alignment time. But the Nomad also has the thinnest DHP. The Charon you use if you want the most, absolutely the most cargo space. But the side effect from that is, to get the most cargo space, your EHP is pretty low. And in fact, I can show this. I'm about to pick up a Charon. I've got 3 fit types on it, and I can show the difference on them so that you can see what it looks like. And the Providence, so the Obelisk gets the highest DHP. It's at the expense. Its flip side is it's the highest alignment time. But, you know, with freighters, what's the difference between 40 seconds and 48 seconds on alignment time? You know, really, 40 seconds is horrible, so is 48. But at what point is it where it puts you over the edge? Like, if you were able to get a 7-second alignment out of like a Nomad or something like that, which you can with webbing, but if you're able to get that, then, you know, everybody would be flying those thinking that, okay, I'm going to speed fit it. But it's not really the right way to do it. All right, let's see here. Inventory. Should be in the corporate hangar here. There it is. All right, so this is Charon. As configured right now, it has 1.2 million cubic meters. Let me help out a customer real quick. Take me just a second with this customer. All right, so you can see here, being triple cargo expanded, it does give you an enormous amount of space. You know, we got 1.2 million here cubic meters that can fit into the cargo space, but we have only 215,000 DHP, and so it is not the greatest. In fact, it's not good at all, especially when you can get, you know, over 600,000 in an obelisk. This guy doesn't have any, well, he does have some implants in, but they're not anything to benefit him on this. Let's see here. Oh, he doesn't even have, I thought he had a full set of improves. It's just a partial set. So not very much expense on the implants, and I guess the expense isn't too bad on the ship here. 2.1 billion. You know, I'm wondering why, when I was looking at the obelisk, it was so expensive. Yeah. So the Galante freighter, wait, that's the book. No, I don't want that. I want them actually to be. Let's try that again. Did my music stop? All right. So Providence is looking at 2.6 billion. Yeah, 2.7 billion for the obelisk. Finrar 2.2. You know, the Providence probably is the second highest DHP and kind of the best all around. It's like the jack of all trades, master of none. I don't know why the obelisks are so expensive right now. It might be because I've been preaching so much about the obelisk being the only ship that is the right answer. Although it's been, you know, is that a year long? No. Here's a year. It's been higher all along. I don't know if it costs more to make. I wonder. The guy here, he can, let's see here. It's characters here. I want to look in here. how much are the avalanches right now? I will be picking up an avalanche. I want it to be down below 3.5 billion. Was saying, oh, 2.9 to build it? Oh my goodness. No wonder people are yeah, wow. 2.7 training. Huh, I wonder why its cost is so much more than the other ones. That's really interesting. How it just costs so much more to build those. I mean, unless like the Amar freighter, the Providence blueprint. No, that's cost more too. So do you think that they've dropped below value? I know that there's been some changes in the values of things. Like, are they severely underpriced on the market right now? Wonder what the trend is on that. It makes me think, you know, my speculation mind looks at this and goes, Whoa, somebody accidentally sold one for 3.2 million. Oh, somebody got taken.
Welcome to the Dragons.
That's those damn buy orders. Aussie Andy, welcome. That is those buy orders you see out there that are like out in the middle of nowhere, and you look at it at first glance and you're like, oh, 3.2 billion they're paying. They must really want it. Yeah, I'll sell it. And then you realize you missed some zeros. Yeah, I've done it before. And I know it happens to people, and there it happened for sure. It's interesting because I guess that the price is going up on these. I don't know why. But let's look at the Charon here, which was pretty cheap. Yeah, see, it's 2.1 million. And so it's like, what does it cost to make? Wow, it is underpriced right now, severely underpriced. If they're selling for 2.1 million or billion, and raw, they're costing 2.8 billion to build, even with all the implants and the special infrastructure and stuff, you're looking at about 2.6 billion at the lowest cost to build. So, that's pretty incredible. It's pretty incredible. It's like, I feel like what I should be doing right now is buying some of these and then reposting them. How many are being sold? It's not a huge volume. I don't know. I can't explain it. I do not have the funds to invest in something like that right now. Otherwise, I would. Otherwise, I would buy several of these at like 2.2 billion and then, sit on them for a month or two and then start selling them at like 2.8, 2.9. Because that's really based on the cost here to manufacture them right now. The sale price should be 2.9 or higher. And that's what the Obelisk and the Providence are at, up in that range. Is it worth mining in a command ship and one barge, or is it better to go with 2 barges in terms of ISK per hour? You can answer that question yourself. Go out and mine for an hour on the same stuff as what you'll do a test on with a capital. On a single barge, times that by 2, you'll have the answer on how much you'd be able to get with 2 of them. If you have a command ship, then you go out there with your command ship and your single barge and mine for an hour, and it should be double what you get. I suspect that 2 barges is the answer, and that you don't introduce a command ship until you have at least a third. So yeah, that's what I suspect. All right, so that's very interesting on that stuff. We're coming up on downtime here. And so what I normally do is brick tank these. So this is 42-second alignment. Let's see what kind of alignment we can get out of this if we have the inertia stabilizers. So it takes it down to 25 seconds, which is pretty respectable for a freighter. Donovan, thanks for the Omega Times Great Store. Thank you for your business. I appreciate it. It's what keeps the show going. I'd be out working for another game company or something if we didn't have the store. I've been in the video game industry for so long that that's what I'd end up doing. All right, so 475,000 DHP brick tanked, 47-second alignment. This is the answer on stuff. It can do 409,000 in freight. I always recommend brick tank, even though I could be aligning at 25 seconds instead of 48 seconds, which it's almost double going brick tank. But the thing about it is that the more EHP you have, the less of a target you are. And that's really, really important. So you don't want... You just don't want to be a target, and anything you can do to keep from being a target is what you do. I would be interested to see what we could get the EHP up to on this with implants. But anyway, so this is what I've got right now. This ship is not worth as much. It's worth 2.1 billion, which or it says 2.3 billion. Okay, 2.3, which kind of baffles me on the value on that, but alrighty. So now let's look at contracts. We'll do a contract search here, and this guy can do 409,000. So all regions, minimum reward 20, maximum collateral. Oh, what do I want to say the maximum collateral is in this here? I'm still going to say 1.5 billion. And then the volume can be 409,000. We don't want anything in low. We don't want anything in null. And search. So here's Lone Trek to Oh, that's paying so much because it goes through low sec. That's a high sec island it's coming out of. So you can see that there. And then this probably also is coming out of a high sec island. It is. You don't want to take those. Here's one that pays 40 million. It also goes through low sec. So now we're down to this stuff. And 30 million for 45 jumps for 1.32 billion. Forget it. No. Here's an interesting one. It's only 150 million, pays 30 million. It's 43 jumps. And so it doesn't quite meet it does meet over the millionist per jump. Okay. So, but to get this, I'm currently in the Forge, and this is all the way down in Hematar. So what I'd need to do is log in a character in Hematar that could grab this for the corp. But right now, I don't have all that set up. So I will in a couple of weeks. So I'm gonna have to do current region and then search again. And there's nothing here I want to run. Well, this one could do 13 jumps, 25. And I'd have to go to Energita. I mean, my freighter just happened to be parked way out here. And it goes through Udema, but it's only worth $1 billion. Have I died in a brick tank freighter? I think the answer is no. Not in an obelisk. I have died in a couple of Fenriers, but I believe I had them speed fit, and that's been a long time ago. So the nice thing about being brick tanked and then also having implants to buff it as well is that they never they never estimate correctly how many ships they're going to have to throw at you. And I think the lowest I've been down to is somewhere between 50 and 25% hull left, and they still haven't gotten me. And Concord comes in and wipes them out by then. You stop your warp, you fly to a citadel and get yourself fixed up. You don't fly to an NPC station to get yourself fixed up. It will cost you dearly. So, anyway, this looks like one that I could run, and so I think I shall accept this for the corp. And then I'm going to have to remember after downtime, I got to go do this. Otherwise, I lose $1 billion. So, yeah. All right, well, let's get on the road. And empty with this, I wouldn't have much problem with autopiloting it. Carrying an expensive load, I wouldn't autopilot. And we add this into the mix. It's my Udema holdup. Reason for that is that it'll stop me before going through Udema if I'm on autopilot, and it'll dock me, which that means if somebody scanned me and I wasn't paying attention, I dock there, and by docking there and sitting there for a few minutes, it actually won't it does a cooldown, and the cooldown is against the guys who scanned me. They'll be on to their next target because I never showed up where they expected. So that is another one of the things I do. I also don't carry too much on me. The more value that you carry on you, the more susceptible you are to attack. And let's say that I'm, ultra brick tanked on this ship here, and I, have implants in and everything, and the, but I'm carrying like 5 billion worth. Well, if I'm carrying like 5 billion worth, then I am too much, and it makes it worth their time to throw a lot of extra ships at me to attempt to compensate for their perception that I might have implants. That could end up deadly. So I limit my ships at 1.5 billion in cargo, and I am still able to make money running with that being the maximum. Oh, and there we go. Servers are down. All right, if you're watching on YouTube, see you in the next episode.